This won't be a super long video, but I just want to give my quick thoughts on it. So a few days ago, I actually got a chance to watch Perfect Blue. It's one of those films that I've seen a lot of praise on, but I've personally never actually watched it. Why I've never watched it, even though I watch a lot of anime films, I don't know. I've heard of it, but I never bothered to watch it. I never looked into it. And my cousin, when I was with him in New York, he's like, "Hey, we should totally go watch this film." I'm like, "Okay." I've never seen the trailer. I've never seen the poster for it, but I know it's a good movie, so let's watch it. And going into this film with no expectations, with not seeing anything, I was totally caught off guard. This is one of those films that's gonna like completely trip you up, and it's gonna make you like, what the fuck did I just watch? Like, it's a really good film, if I'm gonna be honest. It's a really solid film. It's one of those films that was Inception before Inception even was a thing. I really like the character direction of it. So pretty much the plot follows the story of a girl who was formerly an idol and then becomes an actor. And once she becomes an actor, she starts to get like a calling. She starts to, someone tries to pretend to be her. She sees two versions of her. She sees an illusion. She sees her version of herself, which was an idol, and her current version telling her, "Hey, maybe you're not cut out to be an actor. Maybe you shouldn't do some things. Maybe you should go back to being an idol because your fans prefer when you were an idol, when you were just a singer, because you would have this perfect image, and now that you're an actor, you have tainted this image of yourself." And like, I don't want to spoil the film, but it's really mind bending. Like, I'm not gonna lie, you couldn't really tell what was reality and what was fiction, because there were certain parts of this movie you would be watching and you would be like, what is even happening? You really had to pay close attention. This is one of those films where you had to like completely be in sync, where you had to watch the entire time, or else you would be kind of confused and thinking to yourself, what is even actually happening? It was a really good film. I like this film through and through. It's one of those movies that is very horrifying. This to me didn't really feel like a psychological movie. It felt more like a horror movie because you didn't know what was gonna happen, especially with some of the brutal murder scenes. It terrified me. Like, I will not lie, some of the murder scenes just made me feel like, damn, this is creepy. This is making me real uncomfortable. I don't know exactly what's gonna happen, and it felt really good. Not to mention the music and the OST was amazing for this art style being like in the 90s. Like, I think this movie came out in 1997. It's a really good film. I know this film inspired Black Swan with Scarlett Johansson. I haven't really seen that film, but if you watch this film and then watch that one, you can see the similarities towards it. It's pretty cool. It's very interesting how anime inspires a lot of real life stuff. I think it also inspired Inception. Also, fun fact, I still haven't really seen Inception, so yeah, I just know Inception is a really big film. It's one of Christopher Nolan's best films ever. I personally still haven't seen it. I'm waiting for it to re-release in theaters. But Perfect Blue is one of those films that just kind of leaves you in shock. It just kind of leaves you in awe because the film made me really uncomfortable. I'll be honest. I don't know if I can say it online. It's basically the strip club scene. If you've seen the movie, then you know. I don't want to talk about it. It just made me feel uncomfortable, but you know which scene I'm talking about if you have seen this film. It's a very intense film. It's one of those moments that you're like, what am I watching? Am I comfortable even watching this? That's how I felt throughout that entire specific scene. And I like towards the very end the whole reveal that our main character was maybe the killer, maybe she wasn't, because she was living out a drama series like that spoke throughout her life. And towards the end of the series, it's revealed that Rumi is actually pretending to be her. And it makes you wonder, was Rumi the killer the entire time, or was it our main character? Because the very end leaves you questioning what was real and what wasn't real. So to me, this is one of those films that yes feels really cool because it's really mind bending. You don't know what is reality. You don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah, despite her being an actress and having all this pressure from the real world, it kind of got to her in a way that's like, could this really happen to someone that we know? And yeah, we've seen people crash out in real life. We've seen people crash out on social media. And this film pretty much was ahead of its time because it warned the dangers of social media. It warned the dangers of, hey, don't be chronically online too much, or it's gonna get to you. It's gonna get to your persona, because being online too much, being chronically online, is gonna have you develop some serious anxiety, some serious fears of not being good enough for people, of not being good for like anyone else. And I really like this eerie feeling this film gave us. It's a very intense film that it's very mature. It's a very mature film. I'm still trying to process it. I'm still probably planning on rewatching it. But to me, watching this movie in theaters, I think it was pretty cool. I think it was really nice. I like the music. I like everything about it. The fact that it's an older anime makes it even better because it's just really cool. We don't really get too many films like this where it makes you like, holy shit, what is happening? It's a film that inspired a lot of other stuff. But overall, that's just my thoughts on Perfect Blue. I give it a 9 out of 10. Like, there's a lot of stuff that made me uncomfortable in this film, but it is really good nonetheless. And if you haven't seen Perfect Blue, I highly recommend it because it's a good film. And it's very uneasy. So if you're gonna watch it, I emphasize heavy on the maturity level because it is very, very mature. So that's all I gotta say. And yeah, have you seen it? What are your thoughts on it? And yeah, peace.